Hello and welcome to the Invest with CARL podcast. I'm Jamie Uppenberg, a team member here at CARL and the host of the podcast. You guys just have me this week. We're going to do a CARL update, which we haven't done in a couple months, and let you know what's going on around here. It's pretty exciting around here this week. We've put out a new build with a whole new notifications platform. So within the app and within your mobile device, you may have push notifications on for the CARL app. And there are definitely notifications within the app itself. And they hadn't been running the way we really envisioned them to. And so we have built a whole new platform for those notifications. It's going out to iOS and Android over the next week. And it takes some time to trickle down to individual devices. But when you see this update come out, you're probably going to want to update. We would recommend it because it's a pretty big change to the app, and it'll keep your app up to speed and running really well, and of course getting the best notifications that we have and can communicate with you well. Then we are still looking towards our IRA product, and in fact we have brought on a couple of IRA self-directed IRA customers, investors over the past month or two on a out of the app process. And we can do that if someone's really interested. We've had some investors contact us and really want to be able to do that. And so we have a process outside of the mobile app if you were interested in a self-directed IRA investment in CARL hedge funds. We offer a self-directed IRA through Equity Trust, and we can still bring you on through Equity Trust if you were starting the self-directed IRA from scratch. So we can do that as well. We've done both processes with investors over the past month. So a month or two, a couple months. So while we are still waiting for the IRA to be available right within the CARL mobile app. And that's probably going to be at least another 2 months while we have reviewed it and everything looks good. So it's just about getting it done and buttoning it up and getting it within the app to all of you and new prospects for CARL. Then we're also looking forward to major website changes within our website. And with that would come a website application as well. And first that'll be for US individuals only, but we know we have a lot of non-US and also company entity investors. And so those will come out within a month or so after the US application. That's going to be before the end of the year, let's say that. We definitely are working on it now. So it's in process and we're looking forward to getting a target date, but definitely we'll get it launched before the end of the year. And so keep an eye out for that because there'll be more information. There'll be a lot more content coming out on the CARL website that you might be interested in. More of our articles and information about hedge fund investing will be available to prospects of the CARL investment platform. So we have notifications coming out now. We have the IRA, we have the website, and then we also have some smaller changes that are coming through that we're excited about, which is we don't have to take an address verification document anymore. We haven't for a month or two, but it's getting removed from the app within the next 2 or 3 weeks. So that is ready and coming out. So if you haven't invested yet, if you haven't completed your application, don't worry about address verification. We do still verify, so don't worry. We have third-party providers where we can do this without having to take the document download from you all. So, and it's actually still potentially a stronger, you might consider a stronger verification. So it's good news all the way around, and we really like it when we can remove those hurdles within the application process. So if you're looking to apply, don't worry about address verification. We'll get it done without your document uploading. We also have a new Share CARL. With the notifications, there'll be a new way to share CARL within the mobile app that we think will work a lot better for all of you. We've actually had quite a few investors ask, how can I share this with friends and family? And it wasn't the easiest process previously. So once you get that notification update, update. The bottom notification should always be you can share CARL. So just find it down there in your notification stack and let us know how that goes. We want it to be much easier, and hopefully the receiver of the app on the other side also finds that it works pretty well for them. So we will be better share, and we'd love to hear from you. And then lastly, some of you completed your subscription, your investor subscription document. We had to do an out of the app process for the first round subscription documents, which we expected. That was totally anticipated this year, but we're moving more quickly than anticipated towards an automated subscription process. And some of you had a pretty decent automated process, and that's getting improved upon in this completely automated standard round. So with that, some of you who didn't complete these processes in the late spring and early summer, you might see a subscription document come through in a notification on the mobile app, and you'll have a timeline in which to complete the questions. If you do have any questions about that, we're always available to help you, work through the document. These are questions, all the questions that have to be answered for regulatory purposes, and they're standard questions. So hopefully you know the answer. There's a lot, I'll just be honest, most investors have a lot of no's, it doesn't apply, et cetera, et cetera. So don't be surprised if you're in that bucket, or if you don't know what something is, it usually means it doesn't apply to you. So don't be shocked by that. So we're really looking forward to these changes. Even down the road, we have a couple of investors who want to have what we would call multiple accounts. You have both a company and you want an individual account, or like I want to make an IRA investment, and I also have, individual investments that are not retirement based. First of all, we can do those now, and we'll work with you individually to get that to work for the mobile app for you. However, we're looking towards getting that automated in the roadmap, because we definitely have had enough investors ask that it's something people are interested in. I don't know that that'll be done by the end of 2021. While we did want to let you know, if you have interest in more than one account type, contact our investor relations. They're at ir@investwithcarl.com. That's investor relations ir@investwithcarl.com. And we will help you work through that if you have or need multiple accounts, and look forward to getting it automated for everyone, so it's all much simpler. But we've heard you, and it's on our roadmap. And then let's see, anything else? We are putting more fraud monitors and things that you don't see, and hopefully you never have to be aware of, are happening on the back end of the CARL app, always increasing the security and protocols within the app, and the general monitoring of statistics in everyone's portfolio. Those are activities we hope you never have to know about, but they are ongoing on a monthly basis. We are getting more robust and making sure that everyone is safe and sound and your stats are up to date. I think that's all for now within CARL. You may see more advertising from us this fall and in first quarter. And we look forward to you guys hopefully enjoying your investments and telling your friends and family that hedge funds are now here, right, for all accredited investors. So we will talk to you soon and hopefully update you next quarter with great news of the progress that's made. And take a look, Denali is out. It's a long only. It's got some great stats, and some of you may be interested in adding that to your portfolio, or maybe you're going to get started with Denali and it's your first investment. So new investments being added all the time. We look to do that every month or two, and we expect to grow, we expect to grow up to about 20 investments, and it's just going to take a little bit of time to get there. So keep an eye out for new opportunities within the app all the time. We'll talk with you soon. Have a great week. Bye-bye.
Thank you for listening to the Invest with Carl podcast. The views shared on this podcast do not necessarily reflect the views of Carl. This podcast is intended for informational purposes only and is not intended to constitute and should not be deemed to be an offer to sell or a solicitation of an offer to buy any security or investment, financial advisory, legal, tax, accounting, or other professional advice. Carl funds are currently available to accredited investors with a minimum investment of $20,000. To learn more about Carl and to download the Carl app, go to investwithcarl.com.